Hi, everybody. Debbie Nigro here, Chief Executive Girlfriend, FirstWivesWorld.com. And Stephany, Stephany Alexander is a very special guest. You're going to meet her in just a second. She's the CEO and the founder of a very unique site called WomanSavers.com. Okay, WomanSavers.com. And she gets about 1 million hits a month. Why? Because it's a site where you would go to find out if a man had ever been abusive or a cheater in his past. So I imagine some of you are interested in that. Stephany is the founder. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. I know you're in town because all the hot shows have you booked. All the hot shows, including, of course, us. You did this and got behind this because you yourself had a horrible experience with a man in your life, yes?
Yes, I was scammed, used, and abused by men throughout my life. And I started this website in 2002 because everywhere I turned, women had experienced the same thing as I.
You say your whole life. Had you been picking the wrong men all along, or you thought you were picking the right men and they all just happened to have the same traits? I mean, are you saying that all men are jerks? Or
No, not at all. I thought I was choosing wisely. I thought I had screened correctly, and I hadn't. And I started the website because I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could have the opportunity to speak to their exes before I got involved.
Oh, wow.
Just to get a heads up.
So you think that women should screen men before they date them?
Absolutely. I mean, we inspect our cars before we buy them. We inspect our homes. Why wouldn't we do the same thing with the person that's going to come into our life?
Yeah, just start a little inspection a little sooner these days. Okay, so you go to WomanSavers.com. I want to find out about Joe. And what am I going to find? I put Joe's name in there?
Well, it works like this. If you're a woman, you can search for free or you can post for free. And it's organized like a telephone book by first and last name, city, state, and country, and sometimes there's photographs. So you can search the entire state of New York City or you can search your city, and it just is organized just like a phone book.
There are 20,000 men already entered into your database worldwide. Is that correct?
That's right. And New York is number 3 on the list.
For abusive men or men who cheat?
Just men in general that have been entered into the database. California is leading the way.
Now, those New York guys must have really pissed off some women here, I'll tell you that much. Not to make light of this, you were abused.
Yes.
And that is something I think that another woman should tell another woman about if they know that about a man. That is my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. Is that yours?
Yes. I want to see women network together to bring the good guys to the top and the bad guys to the bottom, and that's why I did this.
So is there a good guy list too and a bad guy list, or just a bad guy list?
It's both good and bad men, but I would say it's about 80% bad men and 20% good. The good guys that are in there are married women who say, you know, I love my husband like crazy. He's married. Stay away from him, ladies.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. So, WomanSavers.com gets 1 million people a month going on there looking at this? Is that a fact?
It's in the top 5% most popular women's websites in the world.
I think it's incredible that you've created this.
Thank you. And it's spelled woman. It's one woman. Yes. WOMAN.
WomanSavers.com. You've been featured on all the shows. What do people really want to know about, first and foremost, when they go there? Do they want to know if it's a repetitive behavior, it's a one-time thing, if a guy's cheated only once, is that reason for a woman not to consider going out with him if he cheated on some other woman? I mean,
it depends on the woman and how forgiving you are. We had a serial bigamist entered into the database that was married to 7 different women in 7 different states because the marriage records are not interlinked. And the only ones that are interlinked are Florida, Texas, and Nevada. And these women found out about each other through the database. 7 wives.
That's a lot of wives that people don't know about.
So it's very important for these women, you know, divorced women, to screen the men. Do a quick background check. You know, Google his name. Go to the WomanSavers database. It costs less than $50 to do all these things.
You've written a book,
yes,
which I think is a cute name, and it's Sex Lies on the Internet.
Yes.
And the Internet has, in fact, changed a lot of the ways people find out about one another or go deeper to find out. And then you went on to talk about how many polls you do. You do polls on all kinds of interesting things.
Yes, I polled over 300,000 women.
On topics like
Infidelity,
What'd you-
abuse, sex,
yeah.
you name it.
Also, you had some suggestions. 3 ways to affair-proof your relationship, which I thought was kind of an interesting commentary. Because I think people want to save their relationship more than give me a lot of reason to, find a reason not to be in it anymore. 3 ways to affair-proof your relationship. Number 1.
Communication.
Okay.
Open lines of communication. It sounds really obvious, but if there's a problem, you need to nip it in the bud right away.
Okay.
So,
Number 2.
you need to be flexible with creativity. Things get stale as your relationship progresses. You need to spice it up in the bedroom. You need to take time, to make your relationship exciting like it was in the beginning.
And 3.
And 3 is don't stray.
Don't.
Don't put yourself in situations like go to a bar and have cocktails with somebody you find very attractive. Don't put yourself in those situations where you may cheat.
Okay, good advice. So I guess you got that and a whole lot more. And if you're interested in seeing if the guy you're interested in is listed on WomanSavers.com, you might want to head over there today. Thank you, Stephany Alexander, so much for being with us. And stay with us, okay? Keep bringing the polls. This is good stuff.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.